show you today is your pull request. So the usual thing what we do in any real-time scenario, first we'll just create a repository. Once we get into your portal, it is as a DevOps engineer, my responsibility to create a repo for myself. How do I create a repo? Your company will have a profile like this, and there would be like if you just click on your company's projects, it will be something like this. I have many projects which I am using, so it will be something like this. It all depends upon how many projects you have in your company's profile. You would be having different organizations. Each of this is an organization. I can create many organizations inside my portal. You see that option there, create new organization. Depending upon your scope of work, you would be having one organization, like option here as well, the new organization. So you can have one organization and you can have multiple organizations. What is organization? You would be having your company would be working with multiple clients. Say it has tie-ups with Walmart, Tesco, and each one is a client. So for each client, it will go ahead and create an organization because the code and stuff, everything should be segregated depending upon each client. So that is where I'll create multiple organizations. Organization 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I have created organization, within an organization, I want to go ahead and create projects. That is where is this option. So that's where we will jump in. We will already have organizations created for us, depending upon our project. Our IT team would have done it, or if it is not done, then it is we will do it. It is just a click of a button. Then the main thing which we need to do is create a project. Once I click on create a project, I'll go ahead and create a project for whatever requirement we have. Let us just say we have a requirement for retail domain project. I'll just say retail, and just so that I'll remember that it is for this batch, I'll say 7 a.m. so that tomorrow I can just delete it because I'll not keep redundant folders or projects. I'll just give a good description. In a real-time scenario, you'll be having this project is for Walmart. It has 2 solutions and blah blah blah. You would be having a clear-cut description of what this project is. That's how you define it in a real-time scenario. You would not have some junk here. You would be having a proper description which you will give here. Then you go ahead and say create. I have created my new project. Once I have created my new project, you can see that everything is empty. There is nothing. You would be having welcome to project, the dashboards and stuff like that. All of the things are empty. Your repo, you have nothing in your repo. So everything is empty. You can go ahead and start populating it. Your boards and stuff, everything is pretty clean. So if I want some code here, until now we were directly working on code as if we have checked it. But I never showed you how to have code inside this repository. That's what I'm showing now. How to get code inside this. Copy the clone URL which you see here. Just click on that button, you get the clone URL copied. This is the repo's address. This is how I will reference my repo. So I'll just say, I'll go to Visual Studio. Yeah. Once I have that, I can just say, there is one question. Before this, we need to create a GitHub account and we need to push the code to GitHub. No, it's not required. No longer GitHub. We will be using Azure DevOps. You can use GitHub, but that's not what our concern is. If you want me to show GitHub account creation and how to push it, that is fine for me. But we will be more towards this guy, Azure DevOps. We are in Azure DevOps and we are pushing it to repo here. And pushing to repo here doesn't require us to push it to GitHub. These are two different things. Why did we learn about GitHub? Because all of these commands, push, commit, pull request, all of these are GitHub commands. What Microsoft did, took GitHub and integrated inside this node. In the repo node, they integrated GitHub. That's why all of your commands are GitHub commands. So we need not go to GitHub in any point of time. That's just for knowledge, what we did. All of the commands are similar, so we looked at that. Now what I'm doing, I'm using Azure DevOps portal. I want to push files or project inside this repos node. That is what I'm doing. I'll copy the URL. I'll go here. This is on my English. You just hidden. I don't know how to hide this. So you have this repo. I will go to Team Explorer. There would be connect. In the Team Explorer, if I just go there, there would be something like this, connect. And it would have GitHub, local Git repositories. Again, Git. Even though I am saying connecting to Azure DevOps, it clearly says it's a Git. It is using Git. Microsoft is very clear that it is using Git repository as its backend. That's why we spoke about Git so much. So here I'll paste the URL. Whatever is the URL I copied, retail 7 AM. I pasted it there. I want to clone it. I'll clone it in my regular folder. I don't know how to do this. Sample projects. Yours is 7A, right? 7A. So here I'll just say copy that. I'm just taking the folder. I don't want to dump it in C. C is very important for me. I don't want to populate it with unnecessary projects. So I'm just taking the clone. What did I do here? Again, I copied that, copied the URL, pasted it here, pasted it here. I'm just pointing to a local folder. I'll say clone. It is just getting the repository. So done. What did I just do is there's a question. 1 second. The options I can I get in Visual Studio? Yeah, you can get it in 2015. There are some extensions which you need to install. Why use Visual Studio 12 and 15? Use Community Edition. No? Use VS 2017 Community Edition. Yeah, I understand you're using this, but can you practice in 2017 and then go back to your 2015? It would be more advanced and very much easier. All of the commands would be similar. I don't know what plugins are available in 2015. I am not sure. Let me just see. I think you can just install this Git extension in your 2015 and see if you can get all those commands. But I would recommend you can put it aside for now and try it afterwards. I would recommend you to use Visual Studio 2015 Community Edition so that we're all on the same page. When you're working on it, you'll see the same behavior. Extensions, I don't know how much of that is ported. How much of whatever we are working is ported to your 2015, I don't know. So just it would be better that you use 2017 Community Edition, which is free. You can install it and use it as much as you want. No payment or licenses for that. Okay. So coming back to our discussion, I just clicked on clone. I got the repository in my local box. If I go to 7 AM, I can see 2 folders created for me. Again, I am working with Azure DevOps. What is the folder I got? Git. So it's very clear that I am using Git in the backend. There is no doubt about it. That's why we spoke about Git. So we are using Git. The one thing which I'll do usually, I'll close it. Once I clone it, I'll close it. because sometimes this .vs file will create issues. There is there are some files which will keep track of my Visual Studio project. It will anyway be created once I create a project. So usually it will always create a problem for me whenever I am creating a new project. What I do, I'll just delete it and then reopen Visual Studio and create a project here. That is one thing which I usually do, because I run into errors whenever I directly want to work on it. So I just opened the Visual Studio, clean. I removed the .vs folder from here. Now I want to create a new project. I will create a new project here so that it is added to my Git repository, which is present here. It is empty now. I reload it. It is empty. So I want to load my project here. What is the project which I want to create? Create anything. We are not learning any technology, right? We just are learning Azure DevOps. Create anything you want. You can go ahead and create anything you want. I'll create a MVC project. ASP.NET MVC project. I'll just go ahead, point to this location. Whatever location I just created, I'll point to that location. That is the only patch. I'll point to the location where I have just cloned it. I have cloned it to 7 a.m. That's where I'm pointing it to create the project. I'll say MVC. I'll say DevOps MVC, because I'm creating an MVC project. I'll just create it. Selected the latest framework which I have on my machine, 7.1. I'll say OK. It will give me another pop-up saying what is the kind of project you want to create. Is it MVC, web app, a single page application? What is it? So I want to create a MVC application. I'll say OK. It will take a minute to create it. Let it pull all these packages. Just give it a minute. I'm done. So I've created a new project. You can see the plus symbols everywhere. You can see the small plus symbol. I don't know how visible is it on your screen. You'll see the plus symbol. Why is the plus symbol coming? Because I have included that within the same folder where Git is. Now Git understood he is adding some files to the repository. That's why it is showing the plus symbols everywhere. So you see that, yeah, it is not committed. It is just added to the repository. He understands it. Yeah, it's in the staging state. That is why he will be showing you the plus symbols. So you have that everywhere. If I go to Team Explorer, I click on Changes. This is one other thing which I usually do. So if you just look at this, 281, there are 281 changes which are going in, and I definitely know that that is not the number of files which I want to check in. What's the problem? Let me just show you. So look at the number of changes, 281, right? I'll just reduce it. How will I reduce it? I'll just paste one magical file. It's somewhere here. The .git ignore. I'll just take that. I'll paste it. Where is the folder? I'll paste it here. How many changes? 51. Why did it show 281? Go to git ignore. Open it. Edit. These all changes need not be checked in. Your .sco user, blah blah blah, your SLN doc states. Most importantly, your bin, your object, your log. Look at the number of junk files which we usually have. That's the git ignore file, which is taking care of it, of all the junk files which need not be checked in. That is what is git ignore. Git ignore, as it is name is very evident, I am ignoring files which I don't want to check in inside my repository. That's what is git ignore. I'm going ahead and saying git ignore in my repository, because of which I'm getting this. So look at the number of changes. It has ignored all the junk files, and only the important files will be checked in now. So that's one catch which you need to understand. This you will learn over time. Initially you will check in everything, then you will get some good comments from your technical lead and architects. Then you will understand that you should not check in everything and you should ignore a few things. So I'll just give a comment saying that my first, what will commit all do? It will commit it to my local box. What will commit all and push do? It will commit here as well as it will commit here. We saw that thing, right? So I'll not again repeat it. So commit all, it will commit to my local repository. Commit all and push, it will commit here. Let me do commit all. We'll see it again. It is committed, and even it is giving me a committed ID. It is saying created locally. It is also giving you a hint, and you go ahead and refresh it. Nothing comes here. It is still asking you to add some code. What is the problem? Because I have committed it, but I am not committed it globally. I have committed it locally. We have spoken about this, right? What will I do? I'll do the sync. So in the sync, what is it that I'll do? I'll do the push. Yeah, that's correct. Whatever you said. I'll do the push, because there is the initial thing. There is no sync. Sync is if I have something here and I have something in locally and I want to sync between those two things. There is nothing remotely. That's why sync is disabled. And I only have push. I'll do the push. Now it's pushing my branch remotely. It has successfully pushed. If I go back here, refresh, I got the DevOps MVC. I got all the files which are present inside my project, which are here now. So everything is hosted, and inside retail 7 a.m. I can see that everything is present. So that's how you create a new project, and then you will start working on it. What is the next thing which I do? For each feature, whatever feature I am working on, I'll create a new branch. That is the standard practice. So what is the standard practice? For any new feature, I'll create a branch. For any new bug which needs to be fixed, I'll create a branch. Any change request, I'll create a branch. Just remember, anything you do with Git. When I say Git, I say Azure DevOps. So whatever you do with Git, it's essentially you need to create a new branch. That's how you work with Git. That is a standard practice. Can't I directly work on master? Yes, you can work on it. But in a real-time scenario, your master will be locked. Master branch will be locked. You can't check in code. Check-in is disabled. Who will have a permission? The technical lead or your architect. These people will have permission to check into this code directly. Apart from these two people, the regular software engineer would be blocked. They will not be able to log it, check in code into the master. Then what should I do? I should raise a pull request. From where? From a branch. It is something like this. I have a branch. I have a master branch, which is here. This is my master branch. I have no other branches. You can see there is only one branch, master. I have a master branch. This will be locked. by your technical lead and architect. They will lock it. Whatever new feature you're working on, you'll create a branch out of this branch. That is, you'll clone this branch and you'll create a new branch. This would be your feature branch. You will have your feature branch. Once you have the feature branch, what will you do? You will go ahead and start developing. You'll start modifying code. And once you're done modifying code, then you will say, once you're ready, you will raise a pull request. Pull request, as the name says, pull my code into master. You will ask the permission. You will raise a pull request from your feature branch to your master branch. You will raise a pull request. Once I raise a pull request, then your technical lead pitches in. He will get a mail, and your architect both will get a mail, or any senior resource, SSE, any senior software engineer, any senior resource. These people will get a mail saying that someone is asking his code to be pulled into master. Master is clean. It should be always clean. And these people will be the watchers. And they will see your code. And they will provide comments. Wherever they don't like it, they will say modify this, modify that. They will provide comments. Once you address the comments, they will approve your request. And that is what will go and sit in the master branch. So anyone who is working on a feature, all of them should raise a pull request. So there will be pull requests coming in from all directions, because different software engineers are working on different things, and they would be keeping on raising pull requests. And all of these are being watched by these people, the technical lead, architect, and your senior software engineers. They will be watching your code so that no one touches the master so easily. Why is master so important? That we will know once we start working on pipelines. Your CI/CD pipelines will be configured to watch the master. Your CI/CD would be configured to watch the master. So whenever there is something checked into master, your CI/CD kicks in. You have configured CI/CD on your master. So once your CI/CD is configured on the master, any code checker will actually go ahead and trigger the CI/CD. Will trigger the CI/CD, and what it will do, it will deploy. What is CI/CD? Continuous integration and continuous deployment. It will deploy the code to staging environment so that your QA can test it. So right away, once your code is checked in, it is deployed and it is in staging, and QA can start working on it, because this guy would be continuously watching the master. That's why master is so important. That's why these people are watching the master, so that no dirty code goes inside. Because once you send something inside to this, your trigger will start and it will be deploying your code into different environments. After staging, what will happen? It will deploy it into another environment. It will go ahead and promote it to QA. Then it will go ahead and promote it to PPE, your pre-production environment, then your production environment. So it will be whatever code you are deploying here, that is what is being promoted to all other environments. So you should be careful. That is why people are careful on the master. They will either configure it to be on the master or either configure it to be on the develop branch. Whatever branch, it is up to you. Have a check on whatever branch and go ahead and modify it accordingly. So that's why master is so important, because I would be always watching the master, because CI/CD kicks in. That's why you need to raise a pull request. So how do your regular software engineer work? You will go ahead and clone your branch. You will create a new branch. See, product modification modify feature. Say this is the feature he is working on. He would create a new branch depending on what branch? Depending on master branch. He will say create branch. How fast was that? It is pretty fast. Creating a new branch is once you click your button, it is done. That's the smartness of Git. Git is heavily fast. I've never seen any other repository so fast. Your SVN, your TFS, all of that are pretty slow, creating new branches and stuff. Git is pretty fast. So what did it do? It created a new branch for me. Now I'll work on this branch. Let me get this branch locally. Is this branch here? I just hate this thing. I don't know how to kill it. So is my branch here on my repository? If I just go to branches, home, branches, is my branch there? In the remotes, is the branch there? But I've created a branch here, right? Product modify feature. Why is the branch not there? Local repository doesn't know you have created something globally. You have created it globally in your remote repository. Your local repository still doesn't know it. How will you make it know it? By sync. Sync, I am telling, send my local changes to global repository. Take the global repository changes in my local repository. Once I do sync, you should see in your reports remote. You should see the new branch created. Why? Sync will help you do it. That is why I do sync. So let me do sync. I'll say sync. It is done. Let me go to branches. Remote. What is it? Product modify feature. So it's present here. That is what is sync. You don't know it yet. Once you don't know it, you should go ahead and pull it. Pull it like this. Now I will point to this folder. How will I point to this project? Or how will I point to this branch, not project? I will double click on it. And it will change and it will be highlighted. You can see it here at the bottom. This is where you will get the hint that you have changed your branch. I have changed my branch. And I am pointing to modify feature, product modify feature branch. So now I am pointing to product modify feature branch. Now the engineer will go ahead and do the changes. What will you do? In home controller, I'll just create a new action. This is all MVC. Don't worry, we're not speaking about MVC. I'll just say another action. So I'll say action result. I'll say contact. I'll say map. Locate map. That's my new feature which I have included. I'll just say locate map. What is the problem? Not all code paths. No issues. Return view. And done. So I created a new method. This is a new software. This is a software engineer who is working on something. He created a new method, and this method will take care of this feature requirement. The product modify feature requirement. This method will take care of it. Now I want to check in the code. I'll go to this teams. I'll say changes. I have a change. I want to see what is the change which I did. Compare with, right click, compare with unmodified. You can see that there. You have one thing which is in local, which is not there in the remote repository. So it is showing you whatever you just started. I'll just say, yeah, I'm good with it. Please check it. So I'll say product modify feature implemented. I will say commit all and push. Why? I will not do commit all and then push. I'll just do it in one go. I'll say commit all and push. Once I do that, go to remote repository, reload. If you go to home controller, you see your locate map, which I just created. The locate map, which I just created, checked in. I have the thing checked in. Now I want to say this. I have done my modifications. What should I do? I should raise a pull request. That is what is being said here. Git identifies it. Git will say, do you want to create a pull request for whatever you just created? I'll say, yeah, I want to create a pull request. That's what is your pull request. I am asking the permission to merge my changes in the master. What am I saying? Profile product modifier feature into master. Please merge the changes into master. This is how your pull request will look like, and you will give all the explanation what you did, because the technical lead and architect needs to know what you did. You will give all the explanation. I modified this and this feature, and this is why I added this, and this is what I'm doing. I've connected to the DB, pulled this new repo, new table, blah blah blah. You will say all the changes, what you are, all the things what you have done in this description. Once you have done that, you will select a reviewer. The only reviewer which I have here is me. You cannot select anyone else. So I am raising the pull request. I am approving it. That's brilliant, right? So that's not how it will be in a real-time scenario. In a real-time scenario, you would be having your technical lead, your architect, everyone configured, and they would be getting the pull request notification. Or you can select your own reviewers. Any reviewers which they have asked you to select, you can select it like this from your drop-down. All your teammates would be available here. So you can select your senior software engineer as well, and go ahead and ask him to please review your request and merge your request. So I'll just say create. That is what is pull request. Now, if you see the pull requests, this is what is the pull request I've got created by me. You can see that here. Assigned to me, it is again the same thing. Actually created by me only would be coming in your scenario. Assigned to me, it would be your technical lead. You would be seeing this. So your technical lead will go here. He will see what are the changes he did. He will go to files. What did he do? If I increment the font, I am unable to see it. So this is more clear. So this is the thing which is added. My technical lead will see this. Is this okay? Everything is fine, but I don't like this. He will give a comment. He will give a comment. Please modify this to using a data view. Populate your model appropriately. Whatever. I'll say comment. My comment is recorded. Now it will be sent back to him. He will get a mail that your technical lead has commented on you, on your code. All of this would be mail communicated. Why? The names configured in the pull request. When I'm saying raise a pull request, all of that have mail ID to it. So if I look at my mail ID now, open it. All of these changes and this one, please modify it appropriately. Everything would have been given to me in the mail. If I click on the mail, I'll land in this page. I'll see, okay, he has commented something. I will fix it. And I'll go ahead and fix it. As a software engineer, I'll see the technical lead's comments. I will add a model. and new data source. I'm just saying some rubbish so that I have something to be checked in. I'll just go there. How will I check in? I'll go to changes. This is where it is modified according to team lead's comments. I'll say commit all and push. I'm done. So I've done the commit all and push. I'm done with the push. Now go ahead and see this branch. I'll just reload it. I got the new comment. This is what I did because technically it commented it. Now I will write a reply for this comment. You see that? Write a reply. Just like your YouTube. You go and write a reply, right? For any comment. That's the same way. I'll say modified the code according to your comment. Please verify. I'll say reply. He will get a mail saying that he has commented back on you because it is same me. That's why you will see everywhere me. But essentially, it will be like a conversation. Some engineer and technical lead will be conversing. Once technical lead sees the changes done, he says, "Yeah, I like it. Whatever is done is good. This code can sit in my master." If you see the master, go to files, go to master, controllers, home controller. Do you see the locate map here? You don't see the locate map. That is what is my new thing. Why is it not yet there? Because we are still fighting here. I and developer are still fighting here because I don't like the code. So we both are still fighting here, saying that do this, do that. I don't like this, I don't like that. So that is what we do here. All your fights happen in this branch, in this node, in the pull request node. So once the fights are resolved and the technical lead is happy, then he say, "Yeah, approve. I'll approve the request." Once he approves it, your green tick mark will come. Essentially saying, "Yeah, your technical lead likes it." Once he likes it and approves it, it is your responsibility to complete your pull request. I can say complete. So I am doing complete. While I am doing complete, there is an option. Do you want to delete this branch which you created? Because anyway, your branch code will go and sit in the master. Do you require this branch? Do you want me to delete it? Because you no longer require this code because it is merged. Do you require it? That is what it is asking. Delete the product modify feature after merging branch. Do you want me to delete it? I'll say no, don't delete it. Let it be there. It is up to you. You can choose to delete it or not delete it. I'm saying don't delete it. I'll say complete merge. Merge is complete. And you will get this option delete source branch saying that do you want to delete it? I'll say no, I don't want to delete it. I'll not click on this button. It is merged. Now go to master. What is this? That's your new code. I have approved it. That's why it is coming and sitting here. This is what happens in a pull request. So a pull request essentially is all that. Why you create a pull request, why you create a new branch, why you keep playing with your code, how are the comments resolved. Once a comment is given, how will you go ahead and resolve the comment, and how will you raise a pull request. Your technical lead, once he approves it, how will it come and sit in the master branch? All of that. That is what we saw now. This is how your real-time flow will look like. So we are close to close. So I hope you got how the flow works and how will you create a repository and how will you check in the code, how will you write git ignore. All of that were our examples today. So any questions you have before we close for the day? questions. If at all you have no questions, then we'll close for the day, and then we'll meet again on Monday, because today is Friday, right? No Saturday class. We'll meet again on Monday, same time. Created branch, yeah, this one, right? The newly created branch. This branch, you want to see this? This is a newly created branch. There is master, there is product modify feature. There are two branches. It will be sum of Git, and then we'll move to Agile. Why Agile? Because all of your boards is Agile. So your boards, whatever you do here, is Agile framework. Next, we will speak about a little bit of more Git again, and then we'll move to Agile. But because we'll go to the next node, then we'll carry on with our topics after that. So Agile would be your next topic. A little bit of repo, and then we'll move to Agile. Branching strategy, essentially these work. That's why I highlight this. A new feature, it should have a branch. A new bug, it should have a branch. A change request, it should have a branch. You should not work in the same branch. That is the best practice. So that's why I highlighted that. That is your branching strategy. That is how you need to create your branches. And keep deleting branches. Don't keep the branches like I have kept. I have kept the branch, right? So after the pull request, I have kept the branch. Actually, in a real-time scenario, I will delete the branch. I'll delete the branch, and so that there is no junk branches staying in my repository. Once it is merged, I'll delete it. So I'll delete the branch. That is one of other strategies which you do when you have Git inside Azure DevOps. Okay. If we have no questions, then we'll close for the day. I'll be going for my next class. Do it parallelly, we require these branches? Yes. If you're doing parallelly, don't delete it. That's why I'm saying. It all depends upon once you're actually done with a branch, then delete it. That's why I thought I'll still keep it. I know I have some more modifications which I want to do. I don't want to delete it. It is my decision. I'll keep it. It is my decision. No issues about it. So Git allows it. As a best practice, once you are completely done and you know that you will never use this branch because sprint has ended and you have started your new sprint and you will never touch this feature again. In a new sprint, if you are touching that feature, create a new branch. But these modifications are live now. So why should you have that branch? It will be too many branches to maintain over time. So better delete the stale branches. Whatever is the stale branch, better delete it. That is the recommended approach to branching. Okay, so that's about it. We'll meet again.